7:15 KTRS. Welcome in the audience who is watching on KPLR 11.2, also STLtoday.com and KTRS.com. Check in with Ranken Jordan, one of the great success stories here in St. Louis. Lauri Tanner, the Ranken Jordan Pediatric Hospital CEO. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
How long has Ranken Jordan been around?
Actually, this year we're celebrating 75 years.
75 years. Now, I know the story, and people sort of know the name, but it's a story worth telling again. What happened 75 years ago?
Mrs. Jordan, who didn't have any children of her own, felt very passionate about helping children who had polio, tuberculosis, and osteomyelitis. And her plan was to transition kids from then big hospitals to home. And in 1941, if you think about it, penicillin had just been invented.
Right.
So in the 75-year history of Ranken Jordan, we have seen all of medical advance, and we have kept up with those times, and we still transition kids from big hospitals to home, but children who are on ventilators and have multiple medications and feeding tubes and equipment and able to safely get them home with their families.
Talk about that for a moment, because what do you mean transition? I thought they only left the hospital when they were ready to go home.
Well, kids who are medically complex, and that's the population of patient we serve, are in ICUs in the big hospitals. And so they're very sick, they're very complicated, and during that time, they become a little bit delayed about what a normal 5-year-old should be doing or a 14-year-old, and there's just so much for the parents to learn. They still need that stepping stone to be able to just kind of put their lives back together, the getting better place, if you will, so that transition back home is more reasonable. So
many things here in St. Louis we are lucky to have. What about other communities? They don't have anything like a Ranken Jordan to sort of help in that transition? No,
Ranken Jordan really is a one-of-the-kind place in the country. There's a few academic medical centers around the country who've come to have an interest in Ranken Jordan and said that as they've looked around, they haven't seen a place that can take care of the kind of sick kids that we can take care of, and also being able to rehab, through spinal cord injury, brain injuries, et cetera, some kids that we're able to have a good outcome for.
On a given year, how many kids are we talking about?
We have 34 inpatient beds, so we probably see about 400 inpatients a year, but we have a huge outpatient therapy program as well.
Yeah, so 400 just inside the hospital.
Just the kids that stay with us overnight.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are looking for nurses?
We're always looking for nurses. I'm a good nurse. I graduated from nursing school 34 years ago.
Right.
And nurses are the backbone of any hospital. So we have an expansion that we will start construction on October 1st, and so trying to build our foundation of good staff. And I can't believe it. I've probably said this more in my career than I haven't, but there's a nursing shortage.
Right.
And so to try and get good, experienced nurses to come to Ranken Jordan is a goal.
What type of nurses are you looking for? Brand new, just newly minted nurses? Want people who've been around a while? What any type of expertise?
Yes.
Yes, and yes.
Yes. We it really does need to be a balance of new nurses just graduating from school and nurses that have experience. Actually, they can teach each other.
Sure.
So nurses who've worked in pediatric intensive care units or pediatric ERs, but even some adult nurses that want something different that could help, that might have rehab experience, I think do well at Ranken Jordan.
Yeah. Talk about the expansion for a second, because I know that's a pretty big deal.
It's a huge deal. We will be essentially doubling our space. We're 34 inpatient beds today. There's a huge need for our level of care, and we will be building out to become 60 beds.
Wow. And so it starts in October.
It starts in October.
And when are you going to finish?
It'll be finished and will be open for business. A little 14-month construction period, 1 month to put all the furnishings in,
Sure.
And then February of 18.
All right, good. Tell us about the golf tournament.
Oh, I'm excited about that. Besides work, golf is my passion.
Yes.
So July 25th at Norwood Hills.
Yes.
We have a great golf program inside Ranken Jordan. We have a golf pro that teaches kids golf each week, and we've taught kids from a bed or from a wheelchair or standing with a walker how to play golf.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll have just like you see at the Masters, we'll have a ceremonial tee shot with 4 of our kids.
Sure.
To kind of show what we're able to do at the hospital. And the golf tournament is our second biggest fundraiser a year, and so we will be raising money to help support programs and operations.
Now, you're looking for nurses. You're always looking for donations, I'm sure. But are you looking for volunteers? Because I know people love to sort of volunteer at places like this.
That's probably our most valuable resource are our volunteers. We have a care beyond the bedside model, and what that means is kids aren't laying around in bed. They're up, they're dressed. Yes, they have their therapy and the hard work, but they're doing things that kids should be doing. They're playing. They might want to be read to. They might need help with their homework, which they don't like quite as much. But we get kids out and take them for walks outside in our volunteer program. And those folks that just give of their hearts every day really help the kids.
All right. So for nursing, volunteering, golf tournament, website to find out more?
RankenJordan.org.
RankenJordan.org. Can't be any easier than that. Lauri Tanner, congratulations, continued success, and you're always welcome here.
Thank you.
You got it.